girls, the first step is to cut a paper plate so that it has a hole in the middle of it. And I want to show you a safe and easy way to do that. So we're going to take our plate and we're going to fold it in half. But I'm not worried about folding a line. I just want to pinch those corners together so that I can take my scissors and cut a triangle. Okay? And when I remove that triangle that I cut, I'm going to get a nice hole. And that hole is going to make it much easier for me to cut out this middle safely. I don't want to cut from the outside. I want a circle. I don't want a broken circle. I want a full circle. So by cutting the hole in the middle, I can use that to cut around. And I'm going to use the line that's right here in the plate as my guide. Let me do that first. Now, if you're planning to do this along with me, then when I'm done, when you're done watching, you can always pause the tape or the video and you can do the step. All right, so step one is cutting a hole safely through the middle. And remember, you're not using grown-up scissors. You are using your kid scissors. I'm a grown-up, and this is the only pair of scissors I have, so I'm using them. Please use kid scissors, all right? So our next step is to decorate the outside of our dream catcher. And I was practicing and having some fun, and I started with this example because when we think of Native American art, we often think about how they appreciated pattern as part of their work. So this is one where I did a triangle pattern, and when I finished it, it looked kind of like this. I added some stars, and I added some dots, and I even added words. Now they wouldn't have used words, but ours is going to be a little more modern version. So I added the words sweet dreams and rest on this one. But then I got another idea, and remember I was going to tell you the story of the dream catcher. So instead of doing that, I'm going to use mine to tell you the story of the dream catcher. So listen and watch as I decorate mine. Then when I'm done, you're going to pause the video and you're going to decorate yours. And you can do a pattern if you like, of any kind you like, or you might tell a story around yours. So here's my story. This is an old Ojibwe legend, and it begins with our main character being a mystical, maternal spider woman. Now, sometimes I think of spiders as being scary. She was not scary. She loved and protected her people. So I'm going to put her arms out here. And since she was a spider woman, I'm going to give her braids. Her hair braids are going to be like her spider legs. This is my idea. This is not necessarily the Native American idea of what she looked like, but this is my dream catcher, and this is how I wanted to represent her. So what do I have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more, and I'm going to have that braid come. I'm going to put that braid right about here. All right. And she was not scary to her people. Like sometimes we think of spiders being scary. She was loving. And in fact, this maternal means motherly. This maternal and mystical spirit of the spider woman was the protector of her tribe. She was especially concerned with young children, kids and babies. I'm going to put a baby here. I'm going to put a child next to the baby. Okay. As the Ojibwe people flourished, and that means to do really well. And in this story, it means that the tribe grew larger and larger. As they flourished, they spread across the land, And it became difficult for the Spider Woman to reach them all, to be able to watch and protect them as she had done when the tribe was much smaller. And as the tribe grew and grew, they even moved farther and farther away. This is why she created the dream catcher. She gave this gift to the mothers and grandmothers of the tribe. They followed her example and continued to make the dream catchers for their children as a way of mystically protecting them even from a far distance. So what does a dream catcher do? Dream catchers are sacred hoops, and hoops is another word for circles. They are used to protect sleeping people, especially children, from bad dreams. Some Native American people believe that the night is filled with dreams that float in on the air. There are good dreams and there are bad dreams. When the dream catcher is hung above the bed where the morning sunlight can reach it, it will attract all sorts of dreams and thoughts into its web. Good dreams pass through and gently and quietly slide down the feathers like a soft, fluffy ladder to not wake the sleeper below, but to give them comfort. Bad dreams, however, are caught in the protective web, trapped until they are destroyed when the sunlight hits them in the morning and they burn up in the light. So I'm going to add the sun as an important symbol in my story. And since we know this is a night object to protect us from bad dreams, I'm going to put the moon on the opposite side, because that's when we are usually dreaming, is at night. All right. Now, boys and girls, the dream catcher is a circle because it represents the circle of life. The forces like the sun and the moon that cross the sky from night and day. Often there are beads adorning it, and that is to represent the spider, who, like the mystical Spider Woman, is the true web weaver. Some also say that the beads represent good dreams that couldn't make it down the ladder for some reason. So they turned into sacred charms. And we're going to be adding that part. I want to finish, though, by adding just some design that reminds me of the Native American people. And I'm just going to enjoy my designing on these ones. But again, I want to respect the idea of pattern. So I'm going to make mine the same here. And when we're done with drawing it out or planning what we want to do, then you're going to go back and color it. And that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, so I'm going to take a little break from mine. Why don't you start planning and drawing out what you'd like to do, or even start your coloring. And when we're done and I come back again onto the video, mine's going to be all colored.